Dobra, witam w kolejnym odcinku, pogadajmy z Vasco. I zobaczmy, co tam chciało, niech mi przypomni. A, tak, nazwisko rodowe, dobra.
I cannot go to the harbor office in person to see my file. Could you go there and bring the file to me?
Jasne.
Of course. But you will have to come with me to the port and tell me a little more.
To muszę zmienić swoje ubranko na
I don't
portowe.
want any knots to be hurt in the process. Despite my desire to know my origins, the knots are still my family.
Jasne,
Don't
spoko.
worry. We'll be discreet.
Dobra, to zamiast kurta... Ej, nie. Okej. Tylko się przebiorę na szybko. Kurtka marynarza. No i spoko, chyba mnie wpuszczą, nie? Zrób rekonesans w kapitancie. Czym? Otwieranie zamków. Poziom 3. Oh my god. No to nie, aż tak wykształcony to nie jestem. Jeszcze. Ale może będę. Dobra. Chyba nic mi nie zrobią, nie? Bo jestem w tej, nie? Nitowski. Kurtka marynarza, dokładnie. Dobra, bo już myślałem, że pomyliłem, ale nie no. Już ja mam tylko tą ulepszoną, żeby się nie pomylić. Dobra.
Here we are. We have a good view from here. The harbor office is well guarded, both outside and inside. Getting through the main entrance is impossible.
There must be a blind spot. There's always one.
No przecież już tu
You
byliśmy.
could dress as a knot and go through the back door, but someone may recognize you inside.
I'll need to be much more discreet. A potion could help me.
That is an option, yes, but since I'd rather avoid hurting any knots, I made some inquiries. The harbor office has an arrangement with Dieter from the brothel. Girls come every night.
Uuu.
I see. You want us to spike the wine so that they sleep during our search.
It's a proven technique, and I can assure you they do not sniff the wine before drinking it.
Right. Let's get some sleeping pills. Then we'll go see Dieter.
O nie! Nie zrobię tego. A mogę kupić? Chyba można je kupić. Jak dobrze pamiętam. 4 pigułki nasenne. Bo ja nie mam poziomu nauki, żeby je zrobić. Mikstura nasenna. Dobra, przekonaj Dietera, właściciela, aby ci pomógł. Okej. Dobrze, można kupywać, bo naprawdę to by była masakra. A, już mogłem sprzedać te rupiecie, no ale dobra. Mam nadzieję, że mi pomoże. Wow! A ty kto? Złodzieje! Chcieli mnie okraść. Jest wieczór, to tak. Gnoje. Z kim ja mam pogadać? A to gdzieś na dole. O, dom publiczny.
Yes, why? You looking to have a good time?
Gdzie? Na tym dywanie?
It seems like you're sending girls and wine to the harbor office every night.
So, there's no law against that, is there?
No. And I'm not here to stop you.
Listen, Dieter, we just wanted to add a secret ingredient to your wine tonight.
What? Are you joking? Are you trying to slip a laxative in it?
Nie.
We were thinking more of sleeping pills. Nothing bad, you see.
Listen, I have nothing against a little prank, but I can't risk losing my best customers.
Charyzma! O Boże, ta
Vasco is
charyzma.
very influential among the
Jaka ona jest tu
Nords.
pomocna.
Maybe he could help expand your excellent clientele even further.
If you accept, I could arrange for your agreement to come to fruition. In San Mateus, for example.
San Mateus? I would have to recruit. But yeah, that would be interesting.
No widzisz?
So then, we agree?
Yes, that's fine. Tonight your friends will receive their delivery, seasoned. Now, give me the sleeping potion.
No i mamy to.
Thanks to Dieter, you should be able to slip into the Harbour Master's office after dark. But you should still dress as one of us, just to make sure you avoid confrontation.
Jasne, jasne. Już jestem przebrany, jest wieczór. Można wrócić. Do porta. Wszystko jest piękne, jest zrobione. Nie powinno być problema. Chodźmy, chodźmy. To chyba będzie powinna pewnie jakaś misja taka szybka też.
It's pitch black. It's the perfect moment. Dieter's girls should be here soon. What do you want to do?
We will wait for Dieter's girls to do their work as planned, then we'll enter.
Very well. It's definitely the safer option.
No tak, będą nawaloni,
Dieter's
napaleni.
daughter is gone.
Ja jestem
Your
przeporany
guards
za
should get a good
marynarza.
night's sleep now.
You should go. I'll wait here as planned. I can't risk getting caught there.
Don't worry. I'll make sure not to hurt anyone.
Good luck, Disarde.
Dzięki. Wszystkiego się dowiemy. Też Siora poczeka. Ty, Siora nie czeka. O kuźwa, śpi. Dobra, śpią. A co to tam leży? Klucz. Do kapitana. Do kajuty kapitana chyba. Ukradnij akta osobiste. Wszyscy nawaleni, wyciupciani. Powinno pójść zgodnie z planem. Na spokojnie. Akta osobiste Vasco. No i dobra. Po cichutku. Chociaż tupiemy jak słonie, ale po cichutku. No bo się zaraz obudzą. Już się rano zbliża. Opa, wyskakujemy z Jora. No i dobra, to nie było trudne. Już mogę zmienić swoje umaszczenie. Vasco,
I was able to
wróciłem.
recover your file, Vasco. And nobody saw me.
Wonderful. You did everything perfectly. So, let's see what this file can tell us. So I was right. My real name is Leandra, son of the Darcy family from Serene. Nobles, I suppose.
Yes. I must admit, I had no idea they'd given a son to the Nords.
O
To
proszę,
think that I spent
jaka
my
bogata ta
childhood polishing
drzewo
ship bridges
genealogiczne.
when I could have been wearing silk.
I'm sorry for you, Vasco, but growing up in nobility is not as simple as it sounds.
Really? Well, whatever. I've learnt my real name thanks to you, and that's what I wanted.
Leandra Darcy. I remember coming across a Darcy at my uncle's court. Your brother, no doubt.
My brother? What was he like?
It was a long time ago. We were children. I couldn't tell you what he looks like today.
A brother? I wonder if we are alike despite our completely different lives. Thank you for sharing this and for telling me about him. You gave me back my identity. This is more important than the Nords care to admit.
No i super, zrobione. To nie było jakieś trudne. Rozmawiaj z Konstantinem, to zaraz. Pani koleżanko, czy chcesz jakieś nowe rzeczy? Mógłbym ci coś dać, ale... Odporność na... Nic dla ciebie takiego fajnego nie ma. Niby to jest trochę lepsze. Że ty jesteś taka... Taka. A ty coś byś chciał? Nie, też masz ulepszone, co? A czemu mogę mu dać mój miecz? No dobra, dajmy mu. To ma ulepszony pistolet, no nie mogę ci zmienić pistoletu. Dobra, chodź. A to ja mam jakiś inny miecz? A, bo ja mam rapier alchemika jeszcze. Tamtego niby sobie ulepszyłem, ale już nie używam. Dobra, niech ma. A my idziemy do Konstantina. O teoriach dwóch nacji na temat Malikoru. Pogadać o tym Malichorze. Trochę popnijmy fabułę do przodu. Oj, przepraszam. Zobaczmy, jaki będzie jego następny krok. A potem gdzie pójdziemy? Potem gdzie możemy pójść? Aha, potem musimy iść do wioski wioski Siory, do jej matki. O czymś tam pogadać. Już zapomniałem o czym. To nie jest napisane. Ale dobra, najpierw to. Czemu ja mu oddałem ten miecz? A ty co tu robisz? Zaraz. Czemu ja go nie używam? Ma obrażenia od żywiołów. Dobra, Vasco zasłużył. Dowiedział się, że jest ze szlacheckiej rodziny, to go wspomóżmy. Ma ode mnie prezent. Dobra, Konstantin, witam, kuzynie.
Cousin! You have returned to me. Your absence was sorely felt.
No kilka odcinków mnie tu nie było.
A house intrigues keeping you from finding proper sleep.
Już go męczy ten?
Nothing to bring me nightmares as of yet. I'm blaming it on the change of diet. Now,
Już
tell me
go
what adventures you've
męczy
been up to.
królowanie?
If you only knew how bored I grow behind these walls. I would like, if you would allow me the honor, to introduce Bishop Petrus, emissary of Ptolemy.
Your Highness, may the light warm you in its holy embrace.
Enchanted to meet you, my father.
I've come here to present respects from Ptolemy and best wishes from the Mother Cardinal.
She has my most sincere thanks. But before speaking further, I would like to discuss matters with my cousin, if you would be so kind.
Jego rodzice.
Any news of your parents? No. With the time it takes to travel to the continent, it's not surprising. But I don't miss them. My father's next letter will certainly be full of his usual disdain. As for my mother, you know her. She's probably too busy planning her next assassination to have noticed my absence. Any news of your parents?
What the fuck?
No, my father. She's probably.
Złóż sprawozdanie ze spotkań z
I've
gubernatorami.
been to the neighboring cities as you asked of me. Tell me then, was your journey adventurous?
Oj, dużo.
Well, I was able to gain audience with the governors, give them your regards, and glean some information. The Bridge Alliance believes that a remedy could possibly be found by studying the local flora. They are quite motivated, but their research expedition has gone missing and there is no sign of life. And since they themselves are under constant attack, they cannot spare a rescue party to investigate. The Mother Cardinal, in her opinion, believes the Malachor to be a result of a curse.
A curse cast by a demon, an evil creature worshipped by a cult of island natives. If you would allow me to second the request of our Mother Cardinal, we are in dire need of your help. Our inquisitors are hardly diplomats and... But I should let you finish, my son.
Dokładnie.
Started their investigations
Nie wpierdzielaj
in a
się.
village where strange events have been taking place, but they're unable to get to the bottom of it. The population keeps its secrets, and Ptolemy hopes that we might help them learn more about the cult. This is all extremely interesting. You have lived up to my expectations, as always. That said, we find ourselves between the rock and the hard place. The bridge is already in open conflict with the island natives. Taleme and their inquisitors. We're going to have to tread on eggshells, but let's follow all the clues to their mysteries. We need to help them continue their investigations. Perhaps one will lead us to something useful.
I don't have a lot of men, as well you know, and since I only trust you among them, take Kurt and any others that seem useful. I wouldn't want anything bad to happen to you.
If you would allow me, Your Highness, I would be honored to assist your cousin on his investigation.
Very well, then. You could start by indicating the precise location of your nasty village.
Of course, Your Highness. I should have thought of that sooner. Allow me to mark the location on your map, my son.
Thank you. Have no fear, Constantine. I will take care of all matters at hand. Anything else?
Nope. Jego nowa funkcja... A, spytajmy go,
Are
jak
you
tam się ma.
liking your new role as a governor? How does it feel?
Honestly, once the thrill of the first few days is over, it's boring. I receive delegations from everywhere. They arrive with their arms full of presents to make me sign some agreements. Most of them take me for a fool, who will be easily convinced by some silver
Kurczę, coś
trinket.
dowiedział.
I would love to simply brush them all off and work on some real projects. I have so many ideas to make this city, this island, truly amazing.
Dobra.
I'm going to leave now.
Look out for yourself.
Kurt. Sorry, Vasco. Ale Kurt się czegoś dowiedział, muszę z nim pogadać.
Greenblood, my friend. My contacts have spoken. I was able to discover the location of this infamous Phantom training camp.
Gdzie?
You still think they should be held accountable?
More than ever. You know that I recruited Raynor. I want to know what kind of hornet's nest I led him into. I want to know what these madmen did. But I fear if I go alone, I might not be able to control myself. And I won't learn anything. I need the help of my best student.
Jasne,
How
jedziemy.
can I refuse such a request? Well then, let's go.
No tak, no, ze Siorą lecimy. A co tu? Tu jest jakiś... Czekaj. Tu mogę wejść wyżej? Mogę. Już, Kurt, idziemy, poczekaj. Muszę sprawdzić, co tu jest. Co to takie wielkie? Co tu tak syfiaście? Klucz do gabinetu Konstantina. A gdzie jest gabinet Konstantina?
Locked. I don't have the key.
Interesting. Kurde, ile sal. Gubić się można. Kibelek. Not there. A tu ten uczony, dobra. Na niego te obozy odkrywam. Niby mam jakiś klucz. Ale nie wiem, gdzie on prowadzi. Na razie. Dobra, chodźmy zobaczyć, gdzie nas doprowadzi te informacje, które nam podał Kurt. Zobaczmy, czego się dowiemy o tym Płuku Widmo. Mam nadzieję, że mam dobry poziom, żeby to robić. I do obozu Płuku Widmo. A gdzie to jest? Tutaj. I do wioski. Znaczy obóz ekspedycyjny. O Jezu, dużo. Chciałem iść do mamy Siory, w końcu ją poznać. Dobra, ale najpierw zróbmy to, a potem pójdziemy do mamy Siory. What the fuck? Co się stało? Co? Aha! Skąd oni się tu nagle wzięli? Ten kapelusz bandyty to walić. Biegniemy, biegniemy. Nie śpimy. Nie no, karawana mi niepotrzebna. Tak zaraz szybko przeniosę, jak będę mógł. Zresztą chyba wszystkich jeszcze obozów nie odkryłem. Na tym obszarze, gdzie teraz biegnę. Chyba, nie wiem, nie pamiętam. Wioska jest tu. O! Okej. O, Petrusik ma kolejne zadanie. Ale na razie se poczeka. Amunicja jak zawsze na propsie. Nie wiem ile mam tych smarów do pancerzy, ale weźmy sobie. Z 1. No co jest? Plus 5. Zawsze na zapas lepiej mieć. Bo na razie nie mogę robić rzeczy, więc muszę kupywać. Gdzie to jest? Gdzieś tam. No to idziemy. Co to za dźwięki niepotrzebne? O. Czyżbym się zgubił? Nie, po prostu ominąłem niedźwiedzie. Dawaj, kurt, biegniemy. Trzeba odkryć te. Jej, obozik. Drugi z 3. No i tak powoli sobie odkryjemy, jak będziemy biegać do poboczniaków i w ogóle, nie? Właśnie taki mam zamiar. Tak to robić. Przepraszam, ale ty masz piękne piórka. Panie Perliczko. Tam pani Perliczko. Spokojnie, spokojnie, nie widzieli nas. Dobra, mamy to. To jest Płuk Widmo. Tajny obóz. Jak po prostu mogę sobie wejść. Podejrzane.
I was informed of your arrival by my sentinels, but I didn't think it would be you, Kurt.
Rolf, you're the leader of this camp.
Do you two know each other?
We train together. We haven't seen each other in a long time.
Okej.
A very long time.
The world of warriors is very small, Kurt. What brings you here, my old comrade? And who are these people with you? They're not one of us?
My name is Desade. I'm the legate of the merchant congregation.
And I'm Siora, Donegad, of the Gaesrad.
These people sure are important. So, what are you doing here?
I've heard things about this place. About this very special camp.
And we wanted to see what it was all about with our own eyes.
That's very nice of you, but visitors aren't welcome in this camp. What goes on here is only the guards' business.
Does the same apply to me?
Listen, Kurt. I can give you and your friends some answers, but only
Dobra, mam
because
dużą
it's you.
charyzmę. Damy
Anyway,
radę.
knowing you as well as I do, I'm aware I'm not going to get rid of you that easily. So, what would you like to know?
Tylko o cel istnienia obozu.
What is it you do here? And why is this place kept secret? Even from your comrades in the guard?
The natives have their magic, and we have to train elites to be able to face them. That's what we're doing here. Our role is sensitive, and our location obviously cannot be revealed to the whole island.
Does this man not realize that I'm a Donegad?
I noticed you're a native, but you're a friend of Kurt's, so I trust you will be discreet.
I see the reason for this kind of training. The Bridge Alliance would be particularly interested in soldiers like these. And yet I'd never heard of this elite squadron.
We're still in the early stages of the program. We don't want to rush things. And our leaders demand secrecy. Orders are orders.
Okej. A pytaj o strukturę organizacyjną obozu.
This is a huge camp for such a secret location. How is it organized?
The main building is reserved for officers and the wounded. The front and rear of the camp are dedicated to combat training. But most exercises take place outside.
Impressive. And how do you manage recruitment?
Only the best come here. Those who have combat experience. Once they arrive, they're separated into 2 squadrons, each led and trained by a lieutenant.
To tu dowodzi taki największy dowódca.
It must bring back memories.
Yes.
A pytaj o odbywające się szkolenia.
Will you tell us about your training?
That's a sensitive topic. Most exercises take place in the field to get the men used to it. The natives' knowledge of the environment gives them as much of an advantage as their magic. But if you want to know more, you should ask my lieutenant instructors.
Rozmawiaj o śmierci Rainera.
Actually, we found out about this camp while we were looking for someone.
A kid I recruited. Raina.
Oh, I didn't know he was one of yours. My condolences. I was told he died in an accident in the harbor.
Don't insult my intelligence, Rolf.
All right. Since you're here, I guess there's no
Mów
point in
prawdę.
lying to you anymore. The accident occurred during a maneuver. It's regrettable, but these things happen, you know?
We've taken up enough of your time, Captain.
I agree, and I have things to do.
I'd like to question your lieutenant instructors, if you don't mind. To ask them about Raina.
You've become a real sap. Fine, but try not to disrupt the day's schedule too much. Goodbye.
I'm sorry. I
Okay.
couldn't contain my anger.
I noticed. Good
Przepytaj
thing you know this
instruktorów.
captain so well. I don't think he would have let us investigate otherwise.
I'm not sure it's a good thing, really.
Dobra, dobra, najpierw
You don't seem
przepytajmy.
to like this man.
Rolf doesn't bring back good memories for me. But let's continue. I want to know what's going on here. Lieutenant,
Captain.
my friend here would like to learn more about this camp.
At your orders, Captain. Sir?
Pytaj o go szwadron.
Can you tell us about your squadron?
The recruits who come here are the best. And in my squadron, they get even better. I don't know what else to tell you. They're disciplined, rigorous, and effective. Exactly what you'd expect from the best soldiers.
Pomów o szkoleniu.
What kind of training takes place in your ranks?
Combat in natural settings. Combat against the savages' magic.
I'm very curious about how you train against the magic the natives use.
Now, these are complex, secret maneuvers. I'm very sorry, but I can't tell you anymore.
That's a pity. It would definitely be instructive.
Wspomnij o sprawie Rainera.
I heard the recruit Raina trained here. What can you tell me about him?
Oh, he was a good one. He died a little while ago.
So we've heard. Your captain told us he died during a maneuver. Can you tell us more?
The training we do outside can be dangerous. Unfortunately, Rainer fell to his death in a ravine.
He fell.
During a simulated ambush. I know, it's not glorious,
Oj,
but it
nie, nie
happens.
spadł. Miał
I'd like to get
pobicia.
back to work now, if you'll allow it, Captain.
Go on. We're gonna go talk to some of your recruits.
I hope that it won't take too long. We're all very busy here.
On miał
We'll be quick.
ślady po pobiciu.
The story about training against magic is a lie. This lieutenant has no idea what he's talking about.
So what could they be training recruits for here then?
I don't know. But whatever it is, I don't like it.
Dobra, porozmawiajmy z tym
Lieutenant.
instruktorem.
Respectfully, Captain.
Here is my friend, the legate of the merchant congregation. He would like to ask you a few questions.
Oj, sorry.
At your orders. I'm listening, sires.
How do the various squadrons in this camp differ from one
Ale
another?
ma pani
The
buławę,
recruits I train are
aż mi
intended to
zasłania
carry out more
kamerę
subtle
gadającą.
actions.
Really? What kind?
I teach them how to blend into the background, understand customs, observe, and know when to strike.
Okej.
Strange. These skills are normally associated with assassins rather than soldiers.
These skills are always useful, regardless of the enemy or the setting.
What kind of training do your men undergo?
I can't go into details, but they learn discipline and to outdo themselves.
You mean to blindly follow orders, even to their death?
But No, Captain. We also teach them to analyze situations, so that they know when to act to avoid risking their lives.
Pytaj ją, jak tu trafiła.
How did you become an instructor in this camp?
I have led numerous squadrons before, and I've trained hundreds of recruits on the continent. I worked with Captain Rolfe in the past, and when I arrived on the island, he recommended me for this position.
That's very impressive. And I expect that you're familiar with the natives' environment and magic.
Yes, of course.
Spróbuj przekonać ją do wyjawienia informacji o Rainerze. 100%!
Kurt, don't you think that someone this talented fits what we're looking for? You see, we need to find someone who can replace Kurt to oversee my cousin's security.
Your cousin is a governor of New Serene, I've heard. It's a prestigious position. I don't doubt my abilities, but an offer like this, made so suddenly, must have a price.
We can't hide anything from you.
We're trying to find out what happened to Rainer, a recruit who trained here.
That name doesn't sound familiar. He must have been in the Shadow Squadron.
The other lieutenant's squadron.
Yes. I'm sorry, haven't been much use to you. Did something happen to him?
He died. His body was thrown into the harbor to make it look like he drowned.
I guess it was one of your recruits. My condolences, Captain.
We'll question some of your soldiers.
At your orders, but please be quick. I'd like to get on with training.
Okej. Możemy przypytać tu i tu. To było z tamtego szwadronu, więc mogą mi nic nie powiedzieć. Ale tutaj... A jak mam tam wejść? A. Dobra, już widzę.
Hello, soldier.
Captain?
We need information. Your instructor authorized us to question you.
Of course, sire. I'm listening.
How would you describe your training? Do you train outside the camp?
Fajna jest ta misja poboczna, kurta. Podoba mi się.
Not exclusively.
Really?
Lubię takie misje z dochodzeniem i z tajemnicą.
Specialized in actions over
Żeby
difficult
dowiedzieć się, o co chodzi.
Yes, I think so. Well, yes, that's true.
Problems remembering things, soldier?
No, Captain.
What's it like in your squadron?
Very good. The Phantom Squadron is made up only of the very best.
Do you trust your comrades?
We're like 5 fingers on one hand, sire. I would trust them with my life.
You've sure got the military spirit.
Yes, Captain.
Porusz sprawę wypadków podczas manewru.
We've learned that a recruit died in an accident during a maneuver. Does this happen often?
No, of course not. Only to those who aren't strong enough.
That's strange. I was told that this recruit was very talented.
I don't know what to tell you. It's possible. If you don't mind, I'd like to get back to my training.
He seems afraid that an accident might befall him too.
No, it's not that. I just don't want to fall behind schedule.
Very well. Go on.
Excellence. Captain.
These kids are scared to death.
Yes. This boy's
No i coś wiedzą, ale nie chcą powiedzieć. Też się czegoś boją, pewnie kogoś wyżej postawionego. Kogoś wyżej postawionego na pewno.
Captain.
At ease, soldier.
We'd like to learn more about your training.
I have nothing to say about it, sir.
Really? Go on, it's not a difficult question. What do you do during training?
Is this a test, Captain?
No, it's not a test. You may speak freely.
Well, training is difficult, but we can't complain, Captain.
That's an interesting way to phrase it.
Zacznie z dziwnym tonem to powiedział.
You're very united in this squadron. At least, that's what I've been told.
United. You could say that, yes. Until death.
That's rather sinister. Does the name Rainer sound familiar to you?
Yeah. Well, no. Not really.
Pierwsze
You
słowo się
seem
liczy.
rather hesitant. Afraid of being reprimanded by your lieutenant?
No. Well, not at all. It's just that I can't tell you anything about Recruit Rainer. And we're lucky to have the lieutenant as our instructor, Captain.
We should leave this soldier to his work.
Your name, soldier?
Wilhelm. First class recruit Wilhelm, Spectre Squadron.
Keep it up, Wilhelm.
This recruit, Wilhelm, in spite of himself, led on more than the others.
His resentment is
No
clear.
tak, ale i tak nie
He
tak
won't
dużo,
divulge
jakbyśmy
anything
chcieli.
as long as his instructors are nearby.
Jak instruktorzy są blisko, to nie chcą aż tak bardzo gadać. Może trzeba jakoś poczekać, aż ci instruktorzy pójdą i wtedy ich jakoś przepytać? Tu mogę tylko i tak jednego przepytać.
Soldier,
Yes, Captain.
at ease. We have some questions for you.
Me? At your orders, Captain.
You look exhausted. Is training that rough here?
Well, it's difficult at first, but you get through it. Taming fatigue. That's the key to it all.
Haven't you ever wanted to stop? You've never doubted your vocation.
I'm not a coward, nor a weakling. The strength of the shadow.
What is that? Your motto?
Our squadrons, Captain.
You seem concerned about your comrades. You keep looking at them.
No, not at all.
Are you afraid of what they might think of you?
Absolutely not, Captain. We are all of one mind in this squadron. We are very united.
Wszyscy tu są strasznie przestraszeni.
Since this is such a close-knit squadron, you must have known Rainer.
Zastanawiam, jaka jest kara za to, jak
But he's not part of the
coś się
squadron
nie
any longer.
spodoba instruktorowi albo komuś wyżej postawionemu, co się z nimi dzieje. Właśnie może giną. Po
Rainer
prostu.
left the squadron because he was sent on a mission. There's nothing more to say.
Sorry, mate, but that's not what happened.
I don't know anything more.
Thank you. That will be all.
Na
Thank you,
sposób,
sir.
aby odwieść
Captain.
uwagę instruktorów.
Lieutenants, report.
Captain?
Could you give us a few minutes and take us around the site? I've never been here before, and I'm curious to
O,
see
dobrze,
what
Kurt,
goes on.
pomyślałeś to.
I'm not sure if we can, Captain.
We are on duty, Captain.
Right, Lieutenant. Let's go. Are you coming with us?
No, thank you. I'd rather stay here. Take in some fresh air.
As you like. In that case, see you later.
I teraz pogadać. Tamten mi na pewno więcej powie. Rekruta Wilhelma. On był tutaj na bardziej rozmowny.
Wilhelm, we need to talk. And don't worry. Kurt will make sure your superior doesn't come this way.
Why are you doing this?
We didn't think you'd say anything as long as she was here.
If you noticed, others will have too. They'll make me pay.
Even more reason to talk. If we have proof, we can take action and close this camp.
Very well. What would you like to know?
Dobrze, przekonany.
What's really going on here? We know that Rainer didn't die in an accident.
This is supposed to be a training camp for the Guard's elite. Only the most talented recruits are allowed to join. This is an immense honor, an extraordinary chance. That's what we're told every day. But in reality, it's just hell.
Zapytaj o przebieg
Tell
szkolenia.
me about the training you undergo here.
It's more torture than anything else. We're constantly beaten and humiliated, and the slightest complaint only leads to more blows. They even push us to police one another, so we don't dare talk. Whatever the orders, we put our heads down, grit our teeth, and obey.
And they call us barbarians. We could never put our own children through this.
No widzisz, Siora? Ciesz się, że jesteś tubylcem, a nie człowiekiem. Pfu! Strażnikiem.
As for Rainer, do you know what
Płonę
happened
w piekle za ten rasizm.
Yes. One day he just couldn't stand it any longer. He disobeyed orders, he fought back, and people got hurt. That's when things blew up. They summoned him for night training.
Wow.
What does that entail?
It doesn't have much to do with real training. They call us up for it at the last minute. The weakest serve as punching bags for the others, who are encouraged to beat them.
A, i dlatego był taki pobijany.
The targets. So we join in and strike. If you're looking to punish Rainer's murderer, you can start with me. We all have his blood on our hands.
Thank you for telling us all of this. You should get back to your comrades.
I hope you can do something. Have this camp closed. Otherwise I'll soon be as
Postaramy
dead as
się,
Rainer.
We understand the risk you've taken.
żeby to zamknięte
We won't
zostało.
let you down.
Co to w ogóle są kuźwa za
Thank you. Really.
za zasady? Jak ktoś coś złego zrobi, to jest jako worek treningowy dla innych.
Yes, Captain.
Shall we go?
Jak to ma pomóc w Udaj, że opuszczasz obóz. To ja idę tak jakby na herbatkę i w ogóle nie, tu nie ma. Ja pierdolę.
Good. Willem has spoken.
What did he tell you?
He said the recruits go through hell. They're humiliated, spy on each other, get bullied. It's essentially torture. Raynor wouldn't stand for these methods. He rebelled and was summoned for night training.
Are you sure he used that term?
Yes. But he told me it's not really training. The recruits are summoned.
And the others beat them. Sometimes to death. I know.
You knew about this kind of training?
Yeah. I thought it was a thing of the past. What a monster.
Ah.
How dare he?
I'm so sorry. I'm lost for words.
Czyli to jakieś stare zasady z kiedyś, tak?
Did you learn anything new?
I scouted out the site. There's two parts of the barracks we should look at more closely. Rolf's quarters and the basement, which they refuse to open for me.
You're full of anger, Sengots. Take a deep breath and think. Then tell us your plan.
Let's wait for nightfall.
Okay.
We'll sneak into the camp unseen, search the barracks, the private quarters, and then the basement.
We might also try to find out where this night training takes place.
Yes. I wouldn't want other young recruits to lose their lives tonight. Especially Wilhelm.
No dobra, to zróbmy to. A to już? Nie ma nikogo?
Strange. There's no one left in this part of the camp.
No właśnie chciałem to
Maybe they're in the
powiedzieć.
combat pit behind the barracks. I saw it when I visited the camp. Or they've already left for their night training. Let's find Rolf's office. He surely has the key to the basement.
Coś tu mamy. Wszyscy rekruci, którzy otrzymają to nie zostają wezwani na szkolenie żołnierza Wilhelma. Trening jest obowiązkowy, oczekuje was o 20 w leśnym szlaku. Co każdy rekrut, nie wiem, że w szkole zostanie objęty. O kurwa. Szkolenie Wilhelma, co? Co nie ma? Już do komnaty tortur. List od dowódcy. Gratulacje za wykonaną pracę jaką... Kapitanie Rolu, gratulacje za wykonaną pracę, jaką dotąd doskonale wypełniasz swoją misję, a kilku twoim tajnym rekrutom zgodnie z planem udało się już uzyskać stanowisko blisko gubernatorów. Major Herma poinformował mnie, że poniosłeś pewne straty, ale nic nie może zmienić naszych planów, prośb i tak dalej. Wkrótce powinniśmy być gotowi do działania. A, czyli to jest ich cel. Żeby ich strażnicy się dostali blisko gubernatorów. Dokładnie. Pewnie potem ich zabić i zastąpić kimś innym.
Also confirms that the commander is pleased with what's been going on here.
So Torsten knew.
No.
So it seems. Including about the deaths.
Wszyscy tu wiedzą wszystko.
He dishonors us all. Sieglinder was right.
List od majora Hermana. Kapitanie, twoi rekruci przybyli do San Mateusz, doskonale spełniono naszego oczekiwania. Dokładnie tego się spodziewałem się po jednym z moich najlepszych uczniów. Dopilnujemy, aby dowódca dowiedział się, jak dobrą robotę wykonałeś w swoim tajnym obozie. Nie mam wątpliwości, że będzie potrafił ciebie za to wynagrodzić. Jeśli rekruci, których wysłaliśmy do innych miast, są również skuteczni, wkrótce ty również zostaniesz majorem. O, ty suczko. Oj, oj, oj. Komnaty tortur.
What could have happened in here?
I know this smell only too well. Fear, blood, death.
These people have turned this place into a site of suffering.
Co za śmiecie. Kapitanie, wyskreśliliśmy nowy krój zgodnie z ich w związku z tym, że niektórzy zdawali się mieć również związane z brakiem snu, wysłano ich do czarnego pokoju, aby ich zahartować. Kurwa, goście mają problemy ze snem, a ci ich jeszcze, kurde, torturowali. Nie obyło się bez słów, ale osiągnęliśmy sukces i mimo, że rekruci wyszli stamtąd nieco osłabieni, weźcie stali się dużo bardziej chętni do współpracy.
This document explains a lot. They torture the soldiers to break them. Raynor shows up on this list more than once. He gave them a lot of problems.
Those who resist too much are lynched during night training. Rolf, you'll pay for this.
Kurt, Wilhelm's name was added to tonight's training.
No, trzeba tam
That's
iść.
the young man who helped us, isn't it? They will probably kill him for it.
We can't let them kill him. We must stop this training immediately.
The risk is that Rolf will ambush us.
If this boy dies because of us, I will never forgive myself.
Lecimy. Aresztuj
I
kapitana
refuse to let
Rolfa.
these recruits pay for the bastards who manipulate them. Let's avoid spilling blood in vain.
You surprise me once again, Kurt. You're full of compassion for these youngsters.
They're just kids. There has to be a way to reason with them.
We'll
Czekaj,
do
czekaj,
what
bo
we
nie wiem
can.
gdzie iść.
I can't promise anything more.
Czekaj, czekaj, bo się zgubiłem. Dobra, tu można przejść.
It's blocked.
Fuck! Jak to blocked? Ocal Wilhelma przed jego nocną karą. Dobra, najpierw Wilhelma ocalmy. Walić na razie tego kapitana. Ważny jest ten gościu, on nam pomógł dużo. Biegnijmy.
Despite what Wilhelm told me, I wasn't expecting this. He's getting destroyed.
They'll kill him. We can't let them
No
get away.
biegnę przecież, kuwa.
Stop! We won't let you kill this boy like you killed Raynor.
Soldiers! Do you realize what you're doing?
Captain? But
You shouldn't be here. This time, you won't get away with it. To arms!
Przemów im do rozsądku.
When my master of arms was in the guard, he always repeated, fight with honor.
Wiem, że się uda, więc.
What honor is there in lynching one of your own when he's defenseless? What honor is there in being forced to kill one another the moment one of you refuses to toe the line?
none. We followed orders. Nothing more.
You've been manipulated. But it's not too late to refuse all of this, to act with honor.
You're right, Captain. It's over, Lieutenant. We will no longer beat our own.
Imbeciles! Traitors!
To my help! And
Gin,
to the
głupia babo.
Will you be alright?
I'm wounded, but I'll survive. Thanks to you. I'm
Siora,
eternally
ulecz
grateful.
go.
Come, Wilhelm. We'll help you get home. We owe you that at least.
I'm counting on you to bring him back to the camp in one piece.
Yes, Captain.
Well then, let's go. We can't let that vermin Rolf escape us.
Ciężka buława. Biegniemy. Są jakieś kolejne znaki zapytania. Ale jebać te znaki zapytania teraz.
Let's hope that Rolf didn't hear the sounds of combat. Surprise is our best ally.
No,
You're right.
to był wybór.
Let's try to approach discreetly.
Albo uratowanie Wilhelma, albo najpierw aresztowanie Rolfa, no. Bo nadal nie wiem, jak się tam dostać.
It's blocked.
Bo tu jest zamknięte, kuźwa. Ja muszę się dostać jakoś przez tutaj. Może jakoś dolnym tym? Kondygnacją? Tak.
Move away. Things are about to get dicey.
Gdzie jest Siora? A tam się bije. Siora, czekaj! Ty, pokonała jednego. Dobra jest. Ty, ucieka. Poziom 12, bitches. Furia. Jeszcze nie, to dopiero na 13. Jeszcze jeden poziom muszę wbić. Gdzie to jest? Tam, dobra. Długi ten pług. What the fuck? Zaraz, gdzie to kuźwa jest? Ile poszedłem? A tu, dobra.
It's blocked.
No jak to? Jak blocked? Jak ja mam tam przejść? Czy tu nie ma innego przejścia? A może tam? Jakoś. Tutaj niby jest wejście jakieś, ale nie wiem dlaczego, takie małe. Czy tu nic nie ma? Tutaj. Nie zauważyłem. Dawaj kurt, lecimy. Ten Płuk Widmo naprawdę ciekawa misja, ciekawą misję poboczną masz. Wręcz zajebistą. Oho!
Kurt, you're so predictable.
I knew you were a bastard, but I didn't think you'd be part of this disgrace.
Have fun, soldiers! The traitors must die!
Stop!
O!
Soldiers, are you really going to obey
Postawiłem
these
pułapkę,
scoundrels?
uważajcie.
Do I need to remind you of the guard's motto? Where is your honor?
I won't repeat myself, recruits. Execute these traitors!
Soldiers, listen to your captain. You are the victims of these monsters, and we are here to save you.
Nie
We
walczcie z
surrendered
nami.
without resistance to avoid a fight and to spare your lives.
Well, what do you want us to do? We have orders, and we know what will happen to us if we don't obey.
Enough! To arms! Attack!
O kurwa. Oby się udało. Jak nie, to wspomnimy o ocaleniu
Must I
Wilhelma.
remind you what happened to Raina?
And however many others perished to fuel the ambitions of this camp's leader.
Is this what you were promised when you were recruited?
Maybe not,
Fuck!
but this is how one becomes an elite soldier. The best.
Nie udało się. Naprawdę.
And no tenderfoot in a silk suit would understand anything about it.
Attack!
O fuck, nie udało się. To jeszcze raz. To wspomnijmy o Wilhelmie. To będzie chyba łatwiejsze, bo uratowaliśmy go przed tym, więc...
Kurt, you're so predictable.
I knew you were a bastard, but I didn't think you'd be part of this disgrace.
Have fun, soldiers! The traitors must die!
Stop!
We surrendered without...
Enough!
It was nearly Wilhelm's turn tonight. It could have been any of you.
podziała.
Lies. Only the weak fall. So we must prove that we aren't among them.
Nonsense. I've seen more combat than any of you, and I've seen hundreds of soldiers die. Weak or not. I've seen this kind of camp before, full of torture and sadistic officers. I thought it was a thing of the past, but I was wrong. So help me make sure this camp really is the last of them.
You're right, Captain.
Dokładnie, dobra, udało się.
If we don't put down our weapons, this will never end. Congratulations, Lieutenant. You've trained cowards.
Their training wasn't finished, Captain, and the speeches were so convincing.
Silence! Where is this second squadron?
Nie
Should
ma?
have been here a long time ago.
They're not coming, Rolf.
They surrendered too. It would appear that your training methods aren't very effective.
Now that you no longer have lackeys to send after us, Rolf, you'll have to get your own hands dirty.
I've dreamt of shutting that big mouth of yours up for so long.
O Boże, jaki słaby. I to są ci elitarni strażnicy, tak? Chyba elitarni debile. Jak mam go zaaresztować, jak go zabiłem?
Will you be all right, Kurt?
Yes. Yes. I'll be fine. I'm just glad to know that this camp won't kill anyone else.
What about you, Wilhelm?
Thank you for saving my life. Without you...
No
I
problemo.
hope you can forget all about this. This is not what the Guard is about.
I don't know if you'll be able to forgive us, Wilhelm.
I've been in your shoes on other nights. You didn't have the choice.
While we wait for this camp to close for good, you'll be under Wilhelm's command. You'll soon receive your transfer orders.
At your orders, Captain. Glad it's you, Wilhelm.
You'll stay here for now. I'll send men I trust to come get you soon.
What do you want us to do?
I'll need backup if I really want to put an end to all of this. We must go see Major Sieglinder in New Serene. I need to tell her what was going on here.
Are you sure she wasn't involved?
Her? Never. She's old school. She already held the commander at a distance because she didn't like the direction the Guard was headed. He would have sacked her, or worse, if she didn't have so much
No
support
dobra,
within
skoro
the
jej
Guard.
ufasz, to chodźmy.
I should have listened to her.
There's no use brooding over the past. Let's go. We'll go and see her immediately.
No, od razu nas przeniesie, no i fajnie. Akurat tak tu chciałem, bo potem i tak idziemy do tej matki, tej Siory, do jej obozu.
Sieglinder, I need to talk to you.
What's the matter, Kurt?
We've just returned from a training camp. A secret camp, where elite soldiers are trained through terror, humiliation, and torture.
Don't tell me that.
Yes. One of my recruits died, and he wasn't the only one. It is designed to create a regiment of assassins.
I am sorry, Kurt. I knew something was wrong, but I never would have thought it'd go that far.
We put an end to it all. We had to. But Torsten allowed it, even encouraged it.
I told you that the commander's ambition would end up leading us astray from the ideals of the Guard, and that we would pay the price for it.
Yes. At the time, I told you you were exaggerating. That he had his reasons.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to speak out, Sieglinder. And reveal the commander's project to the governor of the congregation.
If I were as close to him and his family as you are, I would have done so a long time ago.
I know. I feel so stupid for not having understood Torsten's scheme until now.
You've always been a loyal person, Kurt. And too many loyalties are sometimes hard to reconcile. But Torsten betrayed us all. I'm counting on you to make him pay for it.
Believe me, he won't get away with it. Goodbye, Sieglinder.
Goodbye, Kurt. My men and I stand with you.
Reputacja Kurt przyjaźnie. No i super. Mam nadzieję, że wam się odcinek podobał. Zostawiajcie łapki w górę, subujcie kanał. Fajny był ten wątek z tym Płukiem Widmo. No i co? W kolejnym lecimy do obozu Siory pogadać z jej tam ludźmi. Już nie pamiętam po co, ale po coś. Pa, pa.